Some say it's just an old campfire tale, but others swear it really happened to their cousin's roommate's uncle. But everyone agrees if you are driving alone late at night and you see someone on the roadside in the park, don't stop. You know the kind of night I mean. Moon high, but hidden behind clouds, headlights cutting through thick mist, the road stretching ahead, endless and empty, just you and the hum of tires. You are halfway home, too tired to care, when you spot her. A girl standing at the edge of the road, thumb out, hair soaked, white dress clinging to her shoulders. She looks lost, cold, scared. You slow down. Something tugs at you. Guilt, maybe. She gets in without saying a word, just nods, whispers, "Thank you," and buckles up. You glance at her, pale, soaking wet, but calm. "Where to?" you ask. "Home," she says. "Just past the old bridge." Her voice is barely above a whisper. You drive in silence. Occasionally you check the mirror. She is still there, looking out the window. Then she speaks again. "Be careful on the bridge. People always go too fast." You nod, say something about the rain, about how slippery it must be. She doesn't respond. You cross the bridge slowly, windshield wipers humming, tires hissing on wet asphalt. On the other side, you look in the rear view to ask her for directions, and she is gone. The seat is dumb. The door never opened. You pull over, heart racing, eyes scanning the road behind. Nothing. Just fog swallowing the tail lights. Somehow you find the address she mentioned. You knock. An older woman answers. You tell her what happened. She listens, doesn't interrupt. Then she sighs and says, "That was my daughter." She points to a photo in the hallway. Same girl, same address. "She died 10 years ago tonight, right on that bridge." Some people say it's just a story, something to scare drivers to keep them alert on long trips. But others have seen her too. Same girl, different roads. Always silent, always vanishing, and always the same warning. "Be careful on the bridge." Police reports. There are a few. Drivers swearing someone was in their car. Damp seats, seat belts buckled with no one there. One man crashed trying to grab her as she faded from view. His car was totaled. He swore he felt her hand in his right before the impact. Then there is the darker version, the one where the driver doesn't make it across the bridge, the one where she speaks just before the crash. "This is where I died." That's all she says. Then the car goes off the side, smashed against the rocks below. The driver is found hours later, alone, no sign of a second passenger. They call her the Vanishing Hitchhiker. Some say she is a lost soul, trapped by tragedy. Others think she is something else, something older, a warning in human form. Whatever she is, the rules remains. If you are driving alone and you see a girl in white, keep going, because some rides never end and some passengers were never really there. Some curious minds have tried to trace the story. The first known reports popped up in the 1930s, scattered across quiet American highways, but whispers of it go back even further. Horse-drawn carriages, cobbled roads, travelers who vanished into thin air. The details changed, but the bones stay the same. A girl, a ride, a destination never reached. What is strange, no matter where you go, someone has heard a version. In Chicago, she wears a prom dress. In Hawaii, she is soaked from a storm. And in South Africa, she appears on lonely rural roads. The names shift, the language changes, but the ending always the same. That is what makes it suspicious. Too many versions, too many coincidences. Drivers swear the seat was wet, that the door opened without a sound, that she warned them. Police have dismissed most of it, but here and there you will find odd reports. One-sided conversation recorded on emergency calls, dumb seats with no rain, ID cards matching long dead people. So maybe it's a legend, or maybe it's a pattern, a presence, a message passed down through time, wearing different faces, but telling the same story. Not every passenger gets where they are going, and not every driver gets to forget. Some believe it's all in our heads. No ghosts, no spirits, just the mind turning shadows into shapes, silence into whispers, and science, it doesn't disagree. Studies in psychology and neuroscience have shown that when people focus intensely on something, especially something emotional or fearful, they can start to hallucinate or twist real things into imagined threats. The brain under pressure starts filling in the blanks. It's more likely when you are sleep deprived, alone, grieving, afraid, or deep in the dark forest. Your brain leans on memory to make sense of what is around you, even if there is nothing to see. They call it pareidolia, seeing patterns that aren't really there, like a face in the fog or a figure in the trees, or top-down processing where your brain decides what it expects to see. The mind paints monsters using its own brush. If ghosts or strange figures are real, why still no one have captured one on camera? Why we only hear people swearing they saw one and have never seen one captured on camera? So yes, people who believe in ghosts might actually see one, or fear that Hawkman might hear his hook scrape the car, or see a girl in white. But it's often the brain echoing stories it already knows, filling the night with shadows it thinks should be there. Still, just because it's in your head doesn't mean it's not dangerous. People panic, run, swerve off roads, lock themselves in, freeze in fear, and all that is left is a hope or a girl in white that never existed. If you believe in ghosts, then tell me in the comments. But if you don't tell me because you don't need to be educated.